to turn Sin around, but Sin doesn't care at all. 16 mutas at once. And how in the world are you going to answer 16 mutas and 90 Zerglings? What?
I think that's so smart from Sen, because Sen knows that Todd might actually be looking to counter push right now, trying to win on 2 base. If he does that, he's going to lose all the economies. Even though Todd has a cannon, he knows that a muta switch is possible. There's no way he's going to be able to deal with all those mutalisks, and I think that's super smart, because we all know you don't want to base race against Mutaling. It's just absolutely impossible.
No. There's absolutely no way. Roach is once again going to poke down into the third and try and deny this building nexus. It will be easy to do. Todd forced to cancel there. Does not have burrow, or choosing not to burrow. His mutas making their way into the main base. Todd trying to warp in, but I just don't see it happening, man. There's too many mutas here.
Yep, cannon is going to fall, and Sen is going to have absolute complete map control. Todd forced to pull probes right now. If you take a look at the income tab, he's already down on workers, so this is the last thing he could have happening.
Yep, Sin, Todd going to blink up under these mutas and force them out, but there's now here come the Zerglings, and like we said, getting a third base on this map is so hard against good Zerg players, because they would just spread you out and pick you apart. Todd's doing as good of a job as he possibly could hope to do, but he can't be in 2 places at once, Kev.
Actually, I really like how Todd handled that. He barely lost anything. He killed a lot of Lings, and he did cancel his Nexus once more, but right now it looks a little bit better than it did before.
Once again, he'll try to send a probe down and restart that third base.
He's just so poor. If Todd only had more money, he could drop that Robotics Bay, and he could 1 or 2 Colossus on each side. Would help out a ton against all those Zerglings. But right now, he just can't afford it.
Yep.
But still, army supply looks a lot better than it did before.
It's a little bit closer, but I don't know that Sin cares. He's getting Baneling speed. His mutas are getting upgraded. At this point, Sin can just play base race style, and it'll be really, really hard for Todd to do much about it.
Todd actually has pretty decent multitasking though, unlike a lot of other former Warcraft 3 players where we love to group all of the units in one group, something he used to do in Warcraft. Todd is pretty good in splitting up his army. As you can see right now, just has a few blink stocks over here, but his main army is still over here. And if he is able to secure this base, then Sen is really going to need to do something different, because these units, well, this is pretty scary.
How many Zerglings is that?
164.
164 Zerglings. Todd has 2 sentries, which means force fielding is going to be very difficult to say the least. Gets right in on top of these stalkers, and the big blink from Todd, but I don't know if it's going to matter. Ling's soaking up so much damage. Mutas dealing quite a bit as well. Roach is also in the mix. Todd's supply plummeting down below 100. Sin still sticking around at about 160 supply. Sin played so well on Belshir. Todd not tapping out yet, but it's looking worse and worse.
I really love this timing from Sen, because if he would have made it much longer, it would have gone harder and harder. He's going to be able to kill this base once more. So Todd is still stuck on 2 bases, and now Sen is just going to retreat.
Really nice play by Sin.
But imagine how different that would have been with 1 or 2 Colossus.
Yeah, the Colossi would have made the Lings a lot less effective. But Todd just hasn't been able to get it going. Like you said, it's really hard to do Colossus Stalker off just 4 gas. At least considerable Colossus Stalker.
Sen did lose a lot as well, but of course Sen has that 4th base going for him as well. We see him transferring a few drones, and he's getting a lot of Banelings now in his main base as well. I would love to see some Baneling drops. He's not researching it yet. Meanwhile, still Mutalisk harass going on in the main base. These cannons are going to fall once more, and I love it. I love how Sen is playing this. It's just perfect.
Honestly, without the sentries, the drop, while it's really cute, is not even necessary. Sen's still sticking around at about 156 supply, and I think we're going to see another big engagement here. This time with Banelings in the mix. 20 Banelings, 50 Zerglings, and the mutas.
There are a couple of sentries though, but he's probably going to focus it with the Mutalisk. Yeah, but not before Todd is actually able to defend. Oops.
Yeah, Baneling's just kind of running around, choosing not to engage on the probe. Sin wants to run into this big stalker ball, and here he comes. Wow, nice blink by Todd. Gets out of there in the last possible second, but once again, this Nexus is going to come under fire.
Story of this game.
Oh, dim Banelings, Kev.
Well, actually, Todd's doing a pretty good job splitting up his army, but he's just dwindling. He's only at 65 supply right now. He's just not able to secure this base, which he needs oh so badly.
You're exactly right. He's down to 31 harvesters on these. Well, not even on 2 bases. He's got his natural still mining. GG comes out of Todd, as Sin's just got too much of everything. Too many units, too much money, and too much map control. I really have got to figure out this microphone issue. I'm like holding it. Maybe I should do that. Just go like this way.
First world caster problems.
Yeah, first world problems, bro. This works. I can just kind of hold it, right?
If it works for you, if it works for you, it works for me, man.
And, well, then it works for both of us. Sin does tie up that series, folks, and it'll be Todd's pick for game number 3. But before we jump into that, it's going to be off to a commercial. That game brought to you guys by Azo Monitors, providing the best in gaming and production monitor technology. Check them out, azo.com, for more information. And now, why are you laughing?
Because of the way how this looks.
What? I said, what do you want me to do? It's like my mic's bouncing off my chin.
Off your chin?
Yeah.
It's really not that long.
It's like, nobody likes that. Nobody wants to hear that.
It's your cheek, not your chin.
Huh. Okay. Commercial break and then game 3. Let's get out of here. I'm just going to do this for the rest of the night. Just like rock and roll. Woo!
It's really not that long.
It's like, nobody likes that. Nobody wants to hear that.
Why can't your cheek, not your chin?
Alright, just take it. There. Well done, Kylie. Kylie saves the day. I should have known better. Things I don't do well. Make sandwiches and put on my own microphone. Oh, man.
Wow, Todd's picking one out.
So, next map. Ohana. I like it.
And he is our classic already.
It is. What? And we're back at the Sunday Showdown at the Anthill Pub in Irvine, California. How you folks doing? Enjoying the game so far? Yeah, of course. Todd commenting in chat. He goes 17 Nexus for the first time in his life and gets 12 gold. So I think we can count on no more Nexus first from Todd tonight. Todd is ready, waiting on Sin to say something. And then we'll jump into Ohana, which has become our most epic map ever.
Ever is a big word. That's still Tal'Darim Altar, man. How can we forget about Tal'Darim?
Tal'Darim, you're right. We've had so many good games on Tal'Darim Altar.
Yeah.
I think historically, Tal'Darim is the most balanced map in StarCraft 2.
And it's funny because everybody complains about it. Maybe that's a good sign.
Yeah, everybody hates it.
Yeah,
that's why it's
nobody
the
likes
best.
it. Yeah.
Ohana, on the other hand, is a map where we've seen some great games. Hopefully this one lives up to it. Game 3 in the best of 7 between Todd and Sin. Kev, what you got, bro?
Nothing. Introduce the players.
Oh, you wanted me to do it. I thought you were saying that you wanted to talk. All right. Up in the top left-hand corner of the map, all the way over from Korea, but originally hailing from France, FnaticRCToD. There's one guy cheering for Todd in the back. And now the guy in the back can be like, yeah, I cheered for Todd before it was cool.
And now he's cheering for Sen. He's like, you know what?
And of course, down in the bottom right-hand corner of the screen from Taiwan, representing the team GAMASen, it is Sin. And there's a really shrill scream in the back for Sin. I don't know who that is, but I hope it's not a guy.
Todd scouting a little bit earlier this time. 9 scouts, something you don't really see that often in PvZ unless they want a cannon rush. And you want to do something nasty. He wants to make sure that Sen doesn't early pull once more, just completely ignores the hatchery. But that's not going to be the case. Actually, it seems like Sen wants to go. Whoa, he wants to go hatch first. And that might actually trigger some cannon play. So we might see Todd trying to cannon rush this base. Something we actually have been talking about today in the car, Ben.
We have been discussing it quite a bit. Todd, to me, did not seem very enthralled with Cannon Rush, but he's keeping that probe alive. Going to check and make sure that the pool's not down yet. No, it is not. He has confirmed.
Todd
and now what you going to do, Todd?
That's kind of interesting, because Todd was talking about a Korean player. I believe it was Love or Life. Nobody really knew who it really was.
Life.
But he basically said that this guy was impossible to cannon rush. He said, however, whenever they go hedge first, you wait until around 1000 HP, and that's the moment when you drop the cannons. So we'll see. Todd, are you going to drop a pylon?
It does go down. So now the prerogative is on Sin. Can he stop the cannons? Todd has not sent a second probe, which I think is very important for cannon rushing.
I think so too. Certainly right now, since he already took 5 hits on the probes, it's going to be really hard to drop cannons in the proper place.
Could be a fake. It is a fake. He has gone Nexus, so he just wanted to get Sin to pull some drones and lose some mining time.
But still, Sen is going to be able to recover from that quite easily.
Oh, yeah.
When he goes hatch first.
Economically, this is great for Sin. He's very happy. Banana grin right now. Reminds me of Rancho Coco Mango Banana.
One of the many Todd stories. I don't know.
We haven't shared any Todd stories
Do you think
yet.
people are interested in Todd stories? It's
a
Warcraft after all, man.
Todd stories are pretty hilarious. They're amongst my favorite stories. Because he's just such a unique character.
Yeah. What people don't know, I don't know how many people have followed Warcraft 3. Do we have any Warcraft fans here? Warcraft 3? Anyone?
Nobody?
Well, a few. Anyway, Todd was one of the absolute best Warcraft 3 players of all time, without a shadow of a doubt. But Todd was also, I wouldn't call it diva, but just in general, he cared a lot about playing conditions. And so far, he's having a lot of fun in Southern California, which is, well, already a worthy achievement. But just in general, just to show you guys, or give you guys an indication of how hard Todd is to please. Once upon a time in China, Todd went pretty far in the tournament, but he lost in the semifinals. But he still had to play the third place decider. However, Todd was really annoyed with how warm it was in the player booths. So he told the guys, he said, okay, I will play if you guys get proper air conditioning. So he showed up the next day. The winner would get $2,000, the loser would get $1,000, but there was no air conditioning, so Todd just refused to play. Gave up $1,000. He said, I'm not playing.
Was banned from that tournament for however many years.
Yeah, the upcoming 3 years or something like that. But so far, Todd is pretty satisfied, man. So quite happy about that.
Always good things. Always good things. Also took Todd to breakfast this morning. Todd and Sin. Todd ordered 4 chocolate peanut butter pancakes. He ordered pancake bites with chocolate and peanut butter. He ordered a chocolate peanut butter milkshake. 6 strips of bacon, 2 sausages, 4 scrambled eggs, and something else. But basically 4 huge entrees.
And he wasn't hungry for the upcoming 2 hours.
And he's been eating for the rest of the day. He keeps asking for more chocolate and peanut butter. The guy has a problem. We stopped at McDonald's and he's like, yeah, I'll take 20 chicken McNuggets and all the sauce.
And all the sauce. That was pretty funny. We still Todd opening Stargate this game. That's quite interesting. I haven't seen Todd play Stargate all that much. He's going to open up with a Phoenix, so no Void Ray opening for Todd. So he's not worried about anything since he had pretty decent scout off. He knows that Sen is on 3 bases. So he just feels, okay, the Void Ray right now is not going to achieve all that much. Might as well just go with Phoenixes, pick off Overlords, pick up a few drones, and slowly but steady at least see what's going on. And I do expect Todd to go for 3 bases because it makes no sense. Well, I mean, there are 2 base all-in with Phoenix, of course, but I don't really think Todd is going to do it.
Todd also has 4 gates, so he could try to apply some pressure. Sin is already really booming. His third base is up. He's on 52 drones.
Yeah. Sen is running mad quick in all of these games. And on Shakura's as well, despite dying, I was really impressed by how quick he went up to 70 drones. It's kind of insane.
He's building his layer in the third, which is really an interesting decision.